We are live. It is 3:03 Central Standard Time in the United States, 9:03 GMT in the UK. This is the Nomad TED Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live this 10th day of November 2024. And if you are listening to the stream, good. You should be. And if you're listening to the audio podcast later on, even better. But if you're not, come on now. It's 2024. You got phones. You got phones. You got tech stuff. Just follow, listen, stream. Tell all your friends. Anyway, if you're listening to the stream and watching the show live, we have Sean. Decided to waste an hour of his life, and he's not going to get back.
It's not so that's waste, good. Man.
Yeah, it's all good. All. So, man, I am so excited. Like I said, he is one of my favorite people when we do GG stream and everything else that it pops on, and he's always good for a lot of opinion and a lot of energy. And
honestly, Sean, he's been excited ever since he told me you're coming on. He's been really excited.
I'm flattered. I've only been doing this, but only because of it's therapeutic for me, because I don't, I'm not a YouTuber, and I have to blame Kimmy and Eric, because Eric was doing a live stream one day, and it's been what, 2 years, almost 3 years, man. It's crazy. It's been fun, man. I've really enjoyed my time, and have friends now. Basically like-minded, including yourself, and now Joe, and just talking to people who understand what we talk about, how we talk. You know what I mean? And we talk about tech and what we're doing and spending money that we have no business. And you know what I'm saying? I mean,
we need intervention. That's for sure.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. Hanging out with these guys has been outstanding for me, but there's been some, bucket list things that I thought that I would never get a chance for people who even know my name. One would be Jay Will. I've been watching Jay Will forever. That's my dude. Yeah, and him and I have conversed over, and just a legitimately great dude. The second person is Juan Bagnell.
Oh,
that dude, I've been listening to him. Another one I've been listening to forever, listening to podcasts when podcasts weren't popular. You know what I mean? When we were doing RSS feeds and, and putting them on our phones and listening to it, and people would look at me like, what are you listening to, you freaking nerd? You know what I mean? So just, listening to like-minded people. And again, those two guys, that stick out to me, who are really guys that have been in the game a long time, that I've really enjoyed. Them knowing my name, and I get on with Juan on Monday mornings, and because he's a little late for me, but I'm at work, so I work remote, so no big deal.
Yeah,
it's actually
unfortunately fun. I used to work remote, but now they're having us back 3 days, which is fine.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah,
and the problem is
doing that now.
Mondays are hard, because that's usually the first day back from a work week, and I'm always kind of in the middle. And then, of course, where I work, if meetings were an Olympic event, I think we'd be like the Swiss luge team. We have meetings. It's like, oh my God, can this just stop? Can we just stop? So anyway. So every once in a while I'm able to listen, but unfortunately I'm not able to be on one stream. But I will tell you that that was kind of like, and this is my first show with Joe, but this isn't my first podcast. We had the Across the Podcast when I had Matt.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, and so
we used to watch you guys during COVID.
Yeah, and Juan was like I guess not inspiration, but I'm thinking, I just think he's so fantastic. Like, I would listen to Juan. He could read a cookbook, and I'd
absolutely.
I'd be fascinated. And it would be great. And so I thought, what the hell? It gives me some chance to talk about tech. I'm not exactly an insider. I'm not an engineer. I don't do software development. Like, I don't do that kind of stuff. So it was just like, get on there and we just riff about stuff. And, Matt decided he wanted to be a Twitch streamer and do his own thing. And I actually dropped out for a while. I was just like, you know what? Maybe, I just didn't want to do the show. Took a break.
That was a big shame, man.
And then Joe reached out and said, hey, would you be interested in doing the show again? And then also it was with the Purposely Pixel guys, so Lenny and all them, Lenny Bonds and stuff. And I was like, sure, I'll give it a try and see how it goes. And I mean, if I ain't feeling it, I'm just going to basically tell you I'm tapping out. And it wound up being great. Joe and I have been, close. We've been doing this now. I think we're getting close to 100 episodes. I don't even count. And here's the thing, folks, I'm not doing a 100th episode. It's just this is like, come on now. I mean, this isn't the Joe Rogan Experience. I mean, get fucked.
Right,
seriously.
that part.
I mean, come on.
We're not,
this
we can't count. We can't count anyway.
Right. And the only reason I know is because StreamYard tracks it. But like, it's just like episode 90. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's like 96. I don't know, 7. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. So anyway,
that's hilarious.
So we always do on the show. So we obviously you don't review phones. You're not a YouTuber.
No,
you're just kind of a fan like us, right? We're only on YouTube just because it was just a way to put the show out as a live stream. It really was an audio podcast. I just ripped the audio. And that's the spirit of it. We just do the live stream just because, I mean, what the hell, right? When in Rome, do as the Spartans do, or some shit, Greeks.
Yeah,
we enjoy it. We enjoy the community now, right?
Yeah, and everybody's great. We got all those folks in the chat, and of course, Gigi and Barry drops in, and we've had everybody on. So, other than we were talking a little bit before the show about your history with tech. So, is it just phones, or is it like other kinds of laptops, computers?
It started with the I'm old, man. I'm not going to, well, you already know how old I am, but I mean, we're talking all the way back to the 2600. It started that the disease started then, and then it worked up to the Atari computers, and then the Commodore 64s, and then of course the IBM machines and Macintosh and all that. And then when this phone thing kicked in, my God, and I guess a lot of the younger people don't get it. Our phones were on the wall. You know what I mean? Right. And to be able to have, and I try to explain to my daughter, but it's hard to explain to somebody that's in their 20s. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you don't understand. My mother would tell me, get off the phone talking to that girl. You know what I mean? And I'm just like,
right.
You know what I mean? It was that kind of thing. And then to have the computing power that we have now in our hands, and we carry them on a regular basis. It was always on the desktop. Computers were a luxury. They were for rich people. They weren't for us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My mom did. I mean, she could have got a 386 computer back in the day, but she's like, all you're going to do is play games on it. And that's why I bought you a Nintendo. So just play the Nintendo. Right. And
that part.
She worked on a computer at work, but they were still on mainframes back in the day. Right. So
absolutely.
I mean, she was like, I don't really care. And then, I tell everybody, when I was a little kid, they still had party lines back in the day. And I try to explain that to young people. It's like, you pick up the phone. Don't get it. But it's a trunk line. So there'd be like 8 or 9 people on the same line, and they would just pick it up. And that was it. If you were listening to somebody's conversation, you had to wait until they cleared the line. And then that was the only way you could make a phone call. It was crazy. And then TV, channels went off the air at midnight. They went off. Like back in the day before cable, it was like, at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you were up, you were just either reading or waiting for 5 a.m. for the farm report or something. You were lucky, right?
Right. There was nothing going on. So yeah, man. It started out with that, and then just again when we talk, listening to podcasts and all that stuff, and I love the phones, love that piece of it. And the thing that it still amazes me to this day is just the sheer computing power, and how at this point we're so damn spoiled that we always have to upgrade every year. And I'm just like, and believe me, I'm guilty as charged, man. I do it. I have a problem. I know I do. It's okay. I could have worse.
Sure, I think you put it right when you said it's a disease.
It's a disease, man. It's I mean, it's definitely a disease to my budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely a disease to my budget. But I really enjoy it. And how I got to this space and buying more stuff, like I never wanted. I'm a PC guy. And as I, being immersed around you guys and around, Smokey and the rest of the people on the various podcasts I'm buying, I have a Rodecaster. Why? I would never. Why? I bought from, shout out to Barry Johnson.
Oh,
Barry Johnson, I was using, the engineer reacts, my guy. Barry has been one of the most helpful people, through this whole process. Everybody has been, but I was using webcams and whatnot. And I just, because I have a problem, like I just said, I'm like, B, I don't like the way this looks, man. It's just y'all are so clean and you sound good and all that. And I'm on this trash stuff I'm on, and between him, Eric, my budget has been busted for years. I don't think I'll ever catch up.
Well, and Eric's got a special kind of problem.
No, he's got something that
God love it.
We don't have the kind of time to go down the road.
We would need another show just to unpack all that. He just gets down like that. I'm like,
yeah, man. Yeah. He's a whole different animal, man. I mean, great. I love the dude, man. That's my guy. He's from my wife's hometown, so we definitely have a lot of things in common. But
hey,
man,
Pixel 9 Pro. Forget that iPhone shit. Pixel 9 Pro.
Don't. Hey,
I mean, practically it looks like an iPhone anyway now. So really,
right.
If you're looking for
I'm going to tell anybody buy the Pixel 9. And look, and if you want to get cheap, buy the 9. The 9 is wonderful.
Right.
Wonderful. You know what I'm saying?
And if you want to throw, and what's nice now is, throw a couple bucks behind it, and now you got the 9 Pro. So you get, you know what I mean?
Now you're good. You're going to be good for 7 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to have the big form factor to get the extra lens. And you kind of, I like, and then I definitely hear some articles about, the fact that the Pixel, is kind of gaining some market share. And I think part of that is because I think it's part because, and I was going to make the comment on the phonies yesterday, but I was in the car and I couldn't really text, but I think it's partly that, but also this is the first time I've really seen Apple users really be kind of disillusioned with the future of iPhone. Like I've always heard,
it took them 16 generations.
It's like, but this is the first time I've really heard some serious people going, look, not only am I kind of sick of this iPhone stuff, but I'm going to try this Pixel thing. I'm going to see or the foldable, the flippable. I'm going to see what that's about. Absolutely. And I think it's starting to take shape. I really think that the Pixel 9, and then you got next year the 10 on a TSMC processor.
Absolutely.
Like I think that it got some good. So what are your thoughts about, like, do you think is there more things into the Pixel growth? Is it because Samsung's also slacking? Is it because the lack of a North American other brands coming in? Like, what do you think is kind of like the reason why Pixel is starting to kind of get some traction after, I guess, finally 9 iterations of Pixel devices, right?
Because they finally decided to get off their ass and do something and make a premium device. Right. Don't get me wrong. I've owned the Nexuses, so everybody knows about the Nexuses. So, and when they changed the name, I was kind of pissing me off. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But now they finally, man, this is the 9, the whole 9 series. It started with the 8, but that 8 and 9 series has started with a premium device. Finally, everything is premium. I'm okay with the Tensor, GPU. I'm fine with that. But this new one, man, has got me so excited. It is a great device, great battery life, great camera. Of course, they've always had great cameras, but this damn thing, I've owned them. Sam, I told you my financial thing, bro. I mean, to me, all of them from the 9, you can't go wrong buying a 9, anything in the 9 series, anything. Because I bought the 9 and I bought the 9 Pro. I trade in, so we could have that discussion later on. But I traded in and bought the 9 and the 9 Pro XL. Great device. Yeah,
obviously, Joe's.
Oh man, hardly used it. Man. I don't know why. What's the problem? I don't understand.
Yeah, and I was gonna say let's unpack that. Like, is it just because you have other phones that are as compelling?
I'm good with that. I'm definitely good with that.
Yeah, I think that's why, because I've got a lot of other devices, but it's still the one that I purchase outright every year.
Oh yeah,
I just have to.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And like I said, I'm just upset, and I know, and Sean's going to give me shit, and I know I'm trying to get off that green, I'm trying to get off that blue, but I can't, man. My wife wants to be on the AT&T thing, and it's fine, no big deal. She's got a 16, which is good because she had to, because that 12 she had was just getting a little long in the tooth, and I thought that was a good upgrade for her. And also talking into a Pro, which she really never really wanted a Pro, but I was like, honey, with all the pictures you take, get the Pro.
Yeah, get the Pro.
You're going to be there, and that's one thing I think she's finally like, okay, I think I see what you're saying, because she's had it for about a month now, and she's like, yeah. The extra camera helps. Like this is legit. Like, I really like this. So yes, it's interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just mad because if the Pro Fold was on AT&T, which is not being offered, by the way, which I think is
really
no, I have not. They just have all the
pixels. Me as well.
No fold. Right.
Wow. So I guess the Death Star has decided, hey, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, and so I'm stuck. I'm still on the Fold 5, which is not bad. But
not bad at all. It's great fun.
I'm compelling. The software on the Pixel is so compelling with all
Absolutely it is.
the call screening and the listening to music and the AI.
Oh my God!
It's on Samsung-ish. It's kind of Samsung. It's like Google Pixel Lite, but it's not there.
No, not at all.
So I just
Gemini's good as well.
Scammy is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're going to do what Samsung does, and for me, do I own them? Of course I do. I'm a big fan of the tabs. You know what I mean? Because there's not really a great tablet out there, so that's just being completely transparent. I have an S24 Ultra, and I like the flip, the fold. I like them all, but and the only reason I'm buying them like that is because I trade in. I've been the people in the Apple ecosystem. I'm in the Samsung ecosystem when it's time to trade in, and I do not pay a whole lot of money.
To be fair, in the US, Samsung do very good trade-ins, don't they?
Oh my God! What?
They almost give shit away.
They're almost giving it to you. Look,
it's bad.
They gave me $1,200 for my Fold 5. Now, mind you, I didn't pay full price for the Fold 5 because I traded in the Fold 4, which I traded in from the Fold 3. Right. So now I'm into. I think I paid $600 for the Fold 6, 512,
which is a steal.
Man. It's a steal.
That's a steal.
Come on.
I mean, even if you're on the fence about picking up for $600, it's like you almost have to. It's almost like it's just
rude not to.
Right. You're being rude if you don't.
I think that you're hustling backwards, like I like to say on a regular basis, because if they're going to give you that kind of money, you know what I mean? What are you doing? This is listen, tax tag and title, $2,000. It's $2,000 if you bought that thing RSP, MSRP, like Eric does. You know what I mean? No, I'll give you 600.
Right. Maybe 720, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a good day. Yeah,
on a good day.
If we're four digits, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, no, on a phone,
right?
I can get a MacBook Pro.
Yeah, that's when it gets silly.
I can get a laptop. Add a couple shekels to it, and now I'm into full blown, laptop. Great laptop. I'm not paying that for no damn phone. I refuse.
Right. Well, especially when you don't need to pay that much money.
So I get rid of them, man.
Yeah, and so at this stage, like, how many phones do you rotate through them pretty regularly? Do you have is it just like, hey, I woke up with me? I just woke up. I'm like, I'm feeling the fold today. I was on my Pixel yesterday. So like, is there any?
I'm completely embarrassed to say, and let's go top 5.
Yeah.
6. So I'm going to say top 5. I'm not telling you what I have. I refuse, because I will never hear the end of that from these clowns that I deal with on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and sometimes Saturdays. Ain't no way I'm telling that story.
Right.
Shit. S24 Ultra.
Great phone.
OnePlus 12.
Awesome.
Fold 6. Flip 6. OnePlus Open. Did I say OnePlus Open?
No, you just did now.
Okay. Pixel 9, 9 XL. And then I'll play with a Red Magic gaming phone. Yeah. I'll deal in that. But no, Kimmy, I'm not saying that. I'm not giving you the sheer number. And then I go back. Then I have this serious problem of going back to old phones. So I have a 7 and a 7 Pro in the drawer. So I was like, let me put the beta on both of those, and then I'll run that for the day. And I can probably go legitimately 2.5 weeks without using the same phone within those days. So, and I'm ashamed to say that.
So what older phones do you have? Like a phone over 4 years old? Do you have any other than the 7s? Like I'm talking about like any LGs.
Oh, absolutely. Where do you want to go?
Maybe. Anything old that you just like, and not only just throw it in there just to kind of mess with it, but you're like, I put my SIM in this. I'm going to rock with this for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like I can do it.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah. JoJo calling you out.
I don't care. I forgot. The iPhone. Thank you. Who was that? Who said that? That was
JoJo.
Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Kimmy. I have the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is my wife's old phone. And she dogged it out, but I buffed it and polished the turd. Dude, I'd have to go in there and look, but I have an S10 Plus 1 terabyte. Don't ask me why.
Oh,
White.
Oh,
White. It's a beautiful phone. I mean, I would I use it? Could I use it? Yeah. I've got something even down to the bottom of the barrel, scraping the bottom of, like I say, the shit barrel, and that would be the V60. I have one of those floating around.
No, you got the Eric special.
I don't care. Yeah, I got the Eric special, but I honestly I have way too many phones. Way too many phones.
Has there been a device that you regret trading in or selling? Is there that one device you let go?
Yeah,
you think,
that's happened a couple of times. S23 Ultra.
Yeah.
The S23 Ultra is a phone that I said I really like. I had to think about it and then did a little bit more research, put my hands on the S24 Ultra. And I was like, okay, I see the difference. But I had no issues with the S23 Ultra.
Great
and I'm not going to tell you if there's one that I can find floating around on sale at a decent price. Yeah, I still got cases, bro. So it's not a problem for me to say, yeah, go ahead and pull the trigger on it and just go ahead and buy it. Do I need it? Hell no.
Well, I mean, at this point, I think we've kind of, all of us have on this panel kind of have decided that we don't need any of this stuff, right? We're way past the need moment, unless we want to go ahead and give like a soccer team or football team. Sorry, Joe. Football team. We got 11 people on a squad. We can just give them all phones, right? We just like, hey, I got 11. Here's the whole squad gets phones.
Like, I told my wife, I said, listen to me. We can put on an Apple launcher, which she didn't know what launcher meant, but that's a whole nother story. Oh shit, mind your helm. I forgot. I'm sorry.
The Moto.
Yes, I have the Think phone. I use that for work.
Oh, that's nice, man. That's very
nice. Great phone. I use that for work. And then I have the 2023 Edge Plus because I traded in the 2022 Edge Plus. So I'm telling you, unless I go over there and walk off the screen and count, which I will never do, but yeah, there's way too many phones in a drawer over there that just is nothing but phones. It makes no sense. I'm ashamed of myself.
Have you rebought a phone recently?
I'm proud of you.
Sold the phone, and then you go, you know what? I really miss this. I rebought it either on sale or just have it. Yeah,
many times.
Yeah, I think that's the true mark of a person who has a problem. You'll get rid of a phone, you don't think you need it, and you're like, damn it, I want to, and you buy it back. It's like,
absolutely. And then my mantra of hustling backwards can be placed right here. Yeah. Hustling backwards. You had the phone, fool. Why would you? Oh, and let's not talk about trash phones I bought. Oh, there's a bunch of trash phones I've bought. Let's start with Eric's favorite, the Unihertz tank.
Right. Unihertz.
Yeah. God, Joe, don't get me wrong. If you're in a zombie apocalypse, yeah, it's great. It's got the light.
That's with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's battery for a week. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here looking over here. Oh man, I bought some trash in my day. Good God! Played with it. I love imports. Messed with an iQOO 9 Pro. I still got that one. The Xiaomi 13 Ultra. Bought a ton of Xiaomis. Just, dude, just bad. It is a habit. Yeah. It is such a habit. And what really started it, Joe, was when I got off of the Death Star. When I got off of AT&T and was able to, because they whitelist phones. So if I drop my SIM in a Xiaomi, it'll work maybe for a day. Maybe. Right. But then all of a sudden it's like, no haps, sir. Look, I'm not Floss. Shout out to Floss. Floss can, they know his name. They see his sim. They're like, yeah, you can use it, bro. But me?
Right.
No, I'm a peasant.
Right.
I'm a peasant. Shout out to Floss. But when I watch his videos and he's like, yeah, he works on AT&T. Tell him, I got to tell him.
Not the cap.
Hey, man, I'm sorry, bro, because not for me, but for you. And that's my guy.
Yeah,
I've been watching Floss
forever. Right? He mentioned it before. He has to call him up, doesn't he, to get it working?
You have to. And even then, because he is him, he is that dude, they are going to let him do what he wants to do. But whatever.
And I think I agree with Shark. I think the Razors are better than the Flips, just across the board.
I'm going to have to say no.
Yeah, that's just my thing, but I know we've had that discussion before.
Yeah,
and
we've had that discussion.
And I think it was more about you weren't feeling the build quality.
No,
somebody
on the
got the moto,
2022.
you're like, right.
Yeah, on the 2020, was it 2022 or 2023? 2023?
I think it's 22, maybe. I think.
Yeah, to me, it felt it didn't have the same quality. Look, I am no fan of any of them. I buy anything. Like me and Kimmy talk about it. I'm a whore when it comes to phones. If I like it, I'm buying it. You know what I mean? And then I see people trying to call me out. I bought that TikTok phone from Unihertz. Oh my God. What a freaking waste of money. Now, don't get me wrong. Could I give it to somebody and they would rock it? Hell yeah. I shouldn't have bought it, but I saw it and I was like, hey, stupid, just dumb, waste of
impulse.
Right.
Hey man, I'm that guy, just a dummy. But I've learned after this year of getting off, a couple of years of being off the Death Star, and I went on a tear. Kimmy and Barry were laughing at me because I would buy them for a little while. I'll shoot a text to both of them. Hey, I bought it. And then all of a sudden I'm sending it back. Amazon was to the point where you send it back one more time, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? We're going to lock your account.
We're going to lock your account, son.
We're going to put you on a blacklist.
Calm down. You better calm down, son.
Yeah, so, she sent me that Vivo, and I could not. I actually had it. I tried it on Mint, and I tried it on I went out and got a T-Mobile account just to keep that, and it would not work where I was at. I could not get phone calls from it. But man, that Vivo, that N5, dude, I love.
That's a badass phone.
That phone was great, and I told Kimmy, I said,
that's
I had
to send it.
Yeah, that fine too. Yeah, she sent me, and dude, that I would have gave her the money for it, would have kept it, but I could not get it to work, and I was like, I wouldn't even try it.
I saw it and put my hands on it. I was over at LaShun's house, and holla at your boy, and you know, I was over his house, and he said, "Hey man, you want to put your hands on?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, not really." You know what I mean? And I put my hands on. I was like, "Oh shit, this thing is pretty damn nice."
Yeah,
very impressive build. For me, a phone has to have Android Auto, so the Chinese ROMs I've learned to stay away from them unless it's global. I'm not fooling with it. Right. So that's where the iQOO 9 Pro has been sitting in a drawer. Anybody that wants to buy it, shout out, DM me on Instagram. I'll get you a great deal. It's orange too, and it has not been used, and I still got the box. So if you want it, holla at me. But yeah, man, I have a problem. And it's not just, and you asked me, is it just phone? No, it's tablets, it's Bluetooth speakers, and all these people that I've been in contact with, and I'm going to call them out because I'm here. I'm talking about Juan Bagnell. I'm talking about El Jefe. Shout out to El Jefe Reviews.
Yeah,
that dude
great.
There, man, he kills me. He will tell me, Sean, I'm getting ready to dig in your pockets. I said, I can feel your fingers in my pockets.
Right.
Pause. Pause.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I can't think. Just so many people that I've been exposed to and just watching, and I've subscribed to a lot of people. I've subscribed to everybody. And just you watch their videos and they're like, hey man, oh my God, it's crazy, man. It is crazy.
And Gigi's letting you know that
Slang is another one.
Digital, Slang. Yeah.
Slang, he kills me. He's like, I think I bought a Bluetooth speaker that El Jefe dug in my pocket. And then Slang was like, hey man, this Tri-Bit is better than that one, I'm telling you. What did I do? I gave the sound cord to my mother because it's light. So she, she's of age. So I went ahead and gave it to her just to justify my purchase on the Tri-Bit. Dude, problems.
Yeah. You got us all. Gigi says you got us all.
Yeah. Jefe got us all.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I'm just glad that I don't have as much liquid money as I do, and I don't
have liquid money, bro.
My wife would kick my ass if I do.
I don't have a problem with it because my daughter graduated from college. So now once she got out, basically out of my pocket the real way,
right?
Then I can kind of, do your thing. I bring stuff in here, boy. I just hide it. I just bring it in. I don't say anything. I got something here that I'll talk to Gigi about and Barry about later on that I purchased today.
El Jefe made me buy these. back in the day.
Oh,
Bluedio. Do you remember the?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
man.
got us all. Got
Yeah.
us all.
These guys are influencers.
Right.
No doubt about it.
The problem that drives me and that I love about El Jefe is like, you really don't need aim. It's like you got a pair of good headphones and I got a pair of Pixel Buds that are pretty good, but then you like Soundcore and you hear all these and you're like, man, oh God.
It's not about need, is it? It's just not about need.
No.
And he does such a great job. And also just the fact that he's just genuinely a really nice man. He seems to be a very
dude, man.
nice.
Let me tell you something. I can tell you stories about Jeff. Jeff's a good dude. And all these people are super generous. It's all about, helping the community. You know what I mean? If someone's got something, we will ship it to one another. It's I don't want to tell you what happened, but I'll tell you later on after the show that, something's, and I started shipping these things out to some of the people that want them. I say, hey man, I got them. So if you want them.
Mm.
Happy 50th birthday to Rubik's Cube. I mean, that was the thing. I had one. I never could do it. And remember they had the Rubik's Snake?
Yeah, I was too stupid. I was too stupid to be able to do a Rubik's Cube.
I used to I'd peel the stickers off and put them on, and then that was it. Yeah, so happy birthday. And let's see, Scoop got to stay out of people's pockets.
Nah, Scoop can sit here. See, Scoop tries that bullshit sometime too. His knowledge on cameras. He may not be in your pocket, but he's an influencer. And that's what annoys me about him, because I know his knowledge on cameras. So who am I going to go to? I call him, hey man, hey Scoop, I'm thinking about this camera wise. Yeah, Sean, don't get that one, but I would get this one. It's a good price. Dude, you the same.
Right.
Dude, you ain't no different. You ain't no different, brother.
I guess a trigger.
Shut up, JoJo.
Trigger warning. Anchor panel breaks.
Oh no, dude! Again, when you ask me, is it just that? I don't listen. Between and especially with Jeff, because he definitely El Jefe, he definitely is the anchor guy. I mean, between the batteries, the I got this anchor desk thing that Kimmy can always get a deal. I don't know who she knows, wherever the hell she knows these people. She gets a discount. I look at it, I got to pay $70 more because I guess I'm me. And then I still love the thing. It's the dock that you put your laptop on. It's powered, so you can put all your stuff in, all the peripherals and all that stuff. And it's wonderful.
I've seen that.
I rub it like it's a woman. It's so nice. It's so
Anchor
nice.
Great.
It just hits the spot.
And it hits the spot. It does a great job. And I've loved it ever since I've had it. I mean, I'm buying, dude. Okay, come on. I want to know why. Oh, wait. Why?
Oh,
why?
Why?
This is the Logitech. This is the
two hands.
Master 2. This is the 2S. This has the regular dumb. I use this one for work. This is got USB-C. So this one it's the same damn mouse, but because it has USB-C and I can charge it without trying to find a regular the older USB version of it.
There's the Y. There's the Y.
Joe, no. I could have made this work. There's adapters for that cost $3 from Amazon. I don't have to do this, but I did it because why? I have a problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have an issue. Well, and I have my
worse problems though.
I have my little Logitech, the little bitty one, and the only reason I have this one, it quiet clicks. Because back in the day when I was upstairs, I didn't have my office, I would be playing games on the internet. And my wife goes, I swear to God, if you don't stop clicking, I'm going to kill you. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know what else to do. And I said, they don't make, and then sure enough, I looked up and they made a quiet mouse. It doesn't click. It doesn't make the click sound. And she's like, there you go. And so I'm stuck with this damn mouse. I literally had this mouse for years. And then I got my MX keys. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
One of the best keyboards ever for me. I love it. It's terrible. Yeah. Dude, it's the greatest keyboard. I bought one for Becky. She's got one. I almost want to take one to work.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I love this.
Yeah, man.
This is my in three different settings. You can switch right back.
I have the 3 computers that I use on my desk. The laptop, the Mac Mini, and then I have a mini PC that Juan dug in my pockets to get. So when I can switch between all 3 using the keyboard, and the same thing with the mouse, so I can fool around and do what I need to do. But Do I need any of this stuff? No, absolutely not. Do I have a problem? Yes. But I'm working on my problem. I'm working on it, but it's not going to.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's not working. My effort is falling very short right now.
Because tech changes not even daily, every hour.
Yeah.
Eric, no, you can sit here and say that I can't tell you anything. No, sir. Yeah, I have a problem, but no one has a problem like you. You are on a level that no one else knows. No one else does what you do, Eric. So I'm calling you out on Sam's stream and Joe's stream. Fine. That's what I'm calling you out. So you got another stream that someone's calling you out. Sir, no one has the problem that you do, because I will start talking about your switchers, your cameras, the monitors, the computers, the lights.
The man's got storage.
I mean, he's got a storage facility, Joe. Right. The man has because he has so much stuff he can't. It will blow out his house. Come on, dude. Don't do that. Don't try to come on here and try to call me out, bro. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. You know, I have no problem calling you out, sir. You know me. I'm on your stream every Wednesday. I call you out every Wednesday.
It's a lifestyle, and so in full transparency, and Eric will be happy. I maybe on Tuesday have an LG Wing coming again.
Why?
Oh, have you?
I love that phone.
Why?
Because I got it for damn near nothing.
Okay, that's fine if you get it for nothing. That's fine.
Damn near nothing. You know, like I said, and I'm telling you,
what's damn near nothing? Tell us the number.
Yeah, what was the price?
Sub 150.
Okay, I can see that because that phone. I think that phone
got the frame dinks, but
was $1,000.
Oh yeah, when it came out originally,
yeah, it was about $1,000.
Yeah, it was originally $1,000. And I'll tell you, nothing freaks people out more when you're sitting there and you just go
flip that thing up. Oh man, what
the hell just happened? They're like,
what is that?
See, when you've got a problem, right? This podcast don't help. You was talking about that last week. And you went and bought it.
Yeah, well, I just
on AT&T. AT&T, no problem.
And that's what it's an AT&T locked, which is fine. And usually it's hard because they have the unlocked versions or like the Verizon ones, or whatever. You can get those. They're like $120 or whatever.
Yeah, they're nothing.
And I was like, and this one, it was listed in fair condition. I'm like, well, as long as the screen's it's got a couple superficial scratches, I don't really care about that. It's an LG. I mean, I'm not going to use it every day. No, but dude, I was like, for that price, I'm like, yeah, I'm shipping it in. So it was really not. I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of.
You need a Velvet? I got one of those.
Dude, Velvet's nice though. I mean, honestly,
for just an LG phone, I really wanted a Velvet. Yeah.
Now, granted, it's under. I didn't have a problem with the Velvet. I never had a V60. My last V60.
You're not missing anything.
It was a V35.
UK didn't get it.
What, a V60?
V60.
UK, yeah, it wasn't in the UK.
Really?
Can't remember which V it was. I think the V. I don't even know if the V50
I think the 50 you couldn't. If the 50 was hard because it was on Sprint here.
Right. Or it was like a Korean model.
Yeah, you didn't really. I don't. Yeah. But yeah, if you couldn't get the V60, please go to Eric. He's probably got about 12 of them.
Right. Exactly. He get you hooked up.
He get you hooked up, and he'll probably send you a link. He's got an affiliate link. So he loves talking about, as my friend Smokey said, the V shitty. Yeah. I mean, he loves that phone.
Yeah.
And still carries it.
Yeah.
Has he got a tattoo? LG V60 tattoo?
No, he might.
He might. Hey, Joe,
if he did, it wouldn't
surprise me. He's got content to this day, sir.
I know.
The freaking V shitty.
I enjoy when he revisits though.
Yeah, but this is not a revisit. This is a constant saga. He likes to keep talking. He thinks it's coming back. I'm like, dude, it's dead. Stop thinking it ain't coming back.
It's like Windows Phone. I know that it's personal to me. I really wish it would be, but it's just not going to be. Right?
Don't get me wrong. It was a great phone.
Right.
It was a great phone. It was my pandemic phone, but that was 2020.
Right. And I mean, headphone jack, great battery. Yeah. He's got it in his pocket.
It's in his pocket. It's got Android 13, bro. And it ain't getting no security updates. Why? You catch a virus, you're going to want to know why. You're going to be itching in a minute.
Michael Pepper text in the chat. Hey, Mike, what's up, man? Thank you. Yeah, we did. We somehow we were able to get Sean on because he decided just to donate.
Do his ass, man. I told you that before.
Oh, like I said, I was just so happy to have you on. And like I said, we had a little bit of a schedule issue because, like you said earlier, life is life, right? Life definitely life. Normally on Sundays, man, I'm grilling
because that's my data.
Well, also NFL season, right? We got the season.
Yeah, and it's NFL season, and watching the shitty Giants get beat by the Panthers. You know what I mean? It was just painful this morning. So yeah, man.
Bears lost to the Patriots at home.
Yeah,
and
so
scored all of a field goal. So good job there, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Woo. So,
God Almighty.
You know, but if you need me, like I said, it's no problem. Just let me know. You know, I don't shit. I enjoy doing this. Like I said, it's therapeutic for me. So I'm fine.
I love this stuff. So top 3 phones. If you could take a phone right now, give it modern specs today, you can get like for 2025, you can take any phone ever, and you could a new Snapdragon, 12 gigs of RAM, 16 gig RAM, full quad camera, all of that shit. What phones, top 3, are you getting? It doesn't matter. It can be Android, it could be Windows Phone, it could be Symbian, it could be Palm Pre. I don't give a shit. What would you, modern phone for 2025, what would you want the top 3 phones to be from your life of phone purchases?
God damn. I'm going to start out definitely with the Pixel.
Mm-hmm. OG Pixel?
The new version, this new variant. I think they're going to continue to iterate on the next version. So the 10, the 11, they'll just continue to get better.
Right.
The second one would have to be definitely OnePlus.
Yeah, I'm loving
any specific OnePlus, like the 7 Pro, the old 3T, the OG OnePlus. You could go there.
No,
if you like.
No, it has to be. It has right now. The 11 and 12 have really impressed me.
Yeah.
That series, I've had all of them from 1 to the ones we have now. Don't get me wrong. The 10 was very good for the price. The 10 was awesome. I still have my 7 with the pop-up camera on it that still works. Not scratch on it either. Great phone. They should have done more with that. I think they could have updated that one. That's a great phone. But yeah, I would have to say this new series, once they decided that they wanted to get, and I think it started at the 10. So the 10 till now, 12, and then I want to see what this 13 does. The third one,
good.
Man,
it looks nice, man.
Yeah, You know something? Because I have those 2 premium ones, I'm going to tell you, I'm back on this damn Red Magic, man. Because I went back to my 8 Pro, and just because I'm a big fan, milliamps is like one of my, it gives me a tingle. And I love big batteries beyond that freaking unihertz. Please don't count that. Don't count that against me.
No.
That damn tank. But a phone that's going to work, I think the new one will have enough battery power camera chops. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be anything but just having that gaming phone and just being able to play games if you want to. Yeah, man. Yeah. That would be
for sure. Yeah. John, you said like you're in the Samsung ecosystem, right?
I am.
Is there any brand that could take you away? Like for me, I really like what OnePlus are doing with their tablet, their watch, their buds.
Oh man, the watch.
Is there any brand that you could go deep in with?
Yeah, I would have to say and this is going to be I would say Xiaomi.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a big. Because they have everything.
Well, I was gonna say that's all the things, right? They got washers and dryers and scooters, and like it's crazy.
I would say that Xiaomi has impressed me over the years. They're what, I would say Xiaomi because they're consistent. They're always iterating. They're always updating. I've really, I think with a stronger global ROM and where we're getting all the bands, all the features here because we're here. It is. Yeah. And I think that because the quality of their phones, the batteries, the cameras, they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal, man. They do a great job in what they do. So
I'm yet to try a Xiaomi though.
Yeah, I mean, and they even have a gaming phone that we were talking about it the other day. It was a Black Shark, I think it's called.
They
do a wonderful they do a wonderful job on on what they do, especially and their phones, from the cheap phones to the high end. They do a really, I find them to do a good job. When I buy them, I don't send them back because they do a good job. Yeah.
No, I want to
bought the 14
ask
Ultra,
you about that because you made the comment about Xiaomi and kind of being almost alluding to the fact that you're just like not feeling the phone brand, like something is like it's just like Xiaomi. So interesting that you would go into a full ecosystem. I think in the totality of all the things that they offer.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my question is, in the next 4 years, I don't know if you've been paying attention.
Yeah. No. What are you talking about, Sam?
Well, I mean, I thought it was funny because under the first Orange Wonder, frankly, the Xiaomi's right. I just think it's funny that the entity list comes out. Xiaomi's on the entity list.
Oh God!
But that's it. Like Xiaomi is not on the entity. They can get Snapdragon processor. Like I find it interesting, and I thought under the next guy, right? I thought maybe that would ease against. I thought that maybe they not come off the entity list, but maybe it ease a bit. And he was double down on it. Now you've got, frankly 2.0, right? And so now we're in this, and I think now he's pushing a tariff situation. Like I don't know if that's.
It may be a situation where I won't touch it because there's no way I'm going to pay that kind of money.
That, but just the fact that do you think that expands in under because not so much from an entity list perspective, but the fact that the Chinese will be like, look, if you're going to do all that, then we're going to do all this. Like then it's all the brands, the BBKs. It's fine if it's anti-China. It's not just targeted to Huawei. It's all of it.
All of them. Yeah, so your OnePluses of the world.
Right. Your BBKs, your Redmis, all of it. Basically the entire Chinese Android market in the United States.
Which is huge.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Well, also we have to think about it too, is remember they're not where are the TSMC chips being made? That's in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've been paying attention. The Chinese are not exactly cool about Taiwanese independence. And so
they are not.
So I'm curious what that's going to look like in the next, and I not just for the phone space, but I'm just talking about generally in the technology space, right? How is this next 4 years going to really impact what we see in the United States, right? I mean, obviously, from a TSMC perspective, if the Chinese essentially take control of Taiwan, they're not going to allow chips to go outside to their main adversary. Right, and so what happens there? It's an interesting. Like again, without getting
this
to the political,
makes me sad. It
sucks, but it's the reality of a situation for not only the development of tech over the next 5 to 7 years. Because remember, it's all pipelined, right? The stuff that's happening now is not for now; it's for 5 to 7 to 10 years in the future, right? That's where that pipeline comes out. And as we saw during the pandemic, you start to curtail or artificially compress a supply chain or a technology chain or a development chain. That is not something that can just turn off like a dime. Like those things don't just snap back into place. Right. And I'm really kind of concerned about it just from a technology perspective. Obviously, from another geopolitical perspective, that's a different conversation for not this show because that's not in our scope.
No,
but I'm just curious. Like I said, I'm just and I'm talking about the security, right? Because I know I've talked to Gigi about this before. I asked her about, how do you feel about using, because she's huge on Chinese phones, like, and I am too. I mean, Huawei, as far as I'm concerned, Huawei are the best phones I've ever used. As far as the Android space, camera, software, battery, design.
So that's the ecosystem I would get in if they had Google services.
Dude, I would rock if Huawei was off the entity list and they could actually have stayed.
I'd be in more trouble right now.
Right.
Because now I have another choice.
Yeah, their watches are beautiful as well.
In trouble, man. I'd definitely be in trouble.
Yeah. Now,
I don't think I would have bought the trifold, but they have so many great phones.
Which is what I was going to ask you. Is it just because it's so totally like too many mechanical failures, too early in the thing? I mean, like what's the reason why the XT kind of gives you pause?
The price.
Okay.
There's no way to trade in, and I can't justify in my head right now unless I offload some of this trash I have in here. And be able to, to supplement, the price, but to me, it's just a little too new. I would wait. I'm taking that old school mentality. You never buy the first model of the car that comes out.
Oh yeah.
I want to take that same approach with it. Look, man, they brought, for example, Red Magic brought out the 9S Pro gaming phone. They just had the 9 Pro, and now the 10 is coming out November 13th. Come on, man. What are we doing? And it's going to have the new Snapdragon Elite processor.
Right.
And
Which is a big jump.
It looks nuts. Like, I'm sorry. I know MediaTek is really making strides, right? Obviously Exynos.
Right.
It's good. It's good.
Right. We're talking MediaTeks
are
good, but I'm saying, man, I think this new Qualcomm, dude, I don't know, man. It looks to be just, I mean, how crazy
for certain things though, the MediaTek looks better for certain things. Now I'm a Snapdragon inside, as you know, but
right.
I think battery life on some of them MediaTek devices is looking good, looking very good.
Yeah, and I have no problem with them. I don't, but it's just, man, it's just way too much stuff coming out on the.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every day, and I got it just never stops. I mean, you could go broke messing with this stuff, man.
Yeah,
you could. You really could.
And did you ever get? I was going to ask because I noticed you didn't mention. Like, did you ever rock Windows Phone? I never hear you talk about it in the back. I didn't know if you ever had
because it's a bad memory. Because I was a big Windows. Nokia made the greatest Windows phones to me. I had the 920, the 1520. I never bought the 1020. I still have the 1520 in here floating around somewhere. It can't hold a charge. I'm gonna have to e-waste it. But it's the 1520. That was my phone. I love that phone. Yeah. I was a big Windows Phone fan, and for them to fail the way they did, and I watched this thing with the what's that guy that owns the he owns the Los Angeles Clippers. He actually Baum. I watched him basically say that he basically said, you know, they didn't believe that anybody, you know, that the Apple thing would work, and he basically felt like he shot himself in the foot. And for him to admit it, yeah, there you go. For him to admit that, it was, I guess, doesn't do me any good because I'm like, you know, dude, screw you. I would rather you, you know, paid your developers to develop apps. The only thing wrong with the Windows Phone, they wouldn't pay the developers to develop the apps because it did not have good apps. It had, the, you know, the you know, the Facebooks and whatnot of the world, but it just became, you know, you had to get some kind of bullshit Instagram app, and it was just a whole thing. A bullshit YouTube app. I'm like, just pay these people, please. But they wouldn't do it. So, you know, that was the demise of the Windows Phone. But I was a big fan. Because, you know, back then the Nokia cameras, especially on that 1520 at the time, was wonderful.
Right.
Way ahead
wonderful.
Of time.
I still think the 950 can hold, you know, 950 XL can hold up pretty decent. And I'll tell you what I really liked is not so much the camera hardware and the computational, but dude, nothing beats the Nokia UI for the kick out with the dials, dude. The best camera UI ever. It's just like not even close, man. I've used all these other phones, and it was, and on top of the fact it was functional, it was totally unique. Like, you knew when you saw somebody kick that thing out, when you take that and you slide that camera thing out and you get the dials, you knew it was a Lumia. Like, you knew it was a Nokia device.
You knew what it was, man.
So great. And and I will tell you, one of my favorite phones, obviously, this modernized this, put this on and have actual apps. Honestly, I would need them all. If you give me 80% of the apps now. Yeah,
exactly. I don't need all of them. I would use a few.
I would use this thing every day.
Absolutely. Every day. First of all, for business purpose. Let's get past what, of course, the apps and all that stuff. But even for business purposes, because I was actually pushing my work email to my phone, so I could actually see spreadsheets, I could see emails, I could, you know, respond, I could, you know, edit, I could do whatever I wanted to, and then send it back, and then back to what I was, you know, doing with the phone. I don't understand, man. I just, you know.
Plus, the best integration ever was the People Hub.
Yeah,
your Xbox.
I like the music,
Facebook stuff.
The music player was fine. It was everything on that phone. That was my go-to phone since, you know, you bringing up bad memories. But yeah, man. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
And I'm sorry because I know we actually have duos. I still have, and I will tell you, somebody made a comment about that. I think they're getting back into wearable Like, obviously, the Microsoft, they're talking about getting into
No,
really?
No.
Yeah. And here's the thing. After having the Microsoft Band 2, which, by the way, is one of my favorite bands of all time, honestly, anything Microsoft make now, I cannot do it. I can't.
No.
I can't.
No.
I'm sorry. And
No.
I'm the biggest, and I'll admit it, I'm a shill. I love Microsoft stuff. I've been a fan of their hardware and software for a long time. I've owned the Vive and the Bands and Windows Phone, and the Duo, I was all in. If they came out with anything hardware-wise, there's not a chance in hell. Sorry. Not a chance in hell.
You screwed me on the Duo, and I didn't pay top dollar. I think I paid $275 for it. I was like, what the hell?
Joe got one for like what, $250 or $280. I got mine for $250.
Yeah, it was like $256. I was like, oh hell yeah! I remember when that thing was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't. I put my hands on. I'm like, hey man, it feels too cheap for me. It just felt too cheap for the price.
I'd love a Surface Phone and a Continuum or like.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude,
Absolutely.
I still miss the Neo. I really wish they would have came out with something like that because that would have been a taller device, right? And especially if it was running some kind of variant of Windows on ARM.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just like there's so much, especially now with the Snapdragon chips now and Windows on ARM. The fact that Microsoft just completely just did not manage the mobile space, mobile phone, mobile tablet, mobile at all. What the hell, dude? You could have at least been competitive. You may not have owned the market, right? I understand you're going against Apple and Samsung and now Pixel, but you could have been in that space and been the fourth. You could have done it, and they
could have.
It would have worked. All you had to do was pay the developers.
Yeah,
right. Pay the devs.
Pay the developers, and you would have been fine. But they chose not to, in their arrogance. And even like I said, you're looking at the Duo 1 and Duo 2. Though I feel sorry for are the people who spent top dollar for those things. You know what I mean? Because they just basically just said, "Screw you."
I did on the original Duo. I paid full price on the Duo, but then when I traded my Duo for the Duo 2, I only paid like $850 at Best Buy for it. So that I felt okay. And then I kept that phone until the screen cracked, and I couldn't. Then I went to replace it with the Best Buy, and they didn't have any in stock. And they're like,
"Of course."
Well, we have in Canada. I'm like, okay, well, can you get a Canadian one? They're like, no, because it's not the same country. So they gave me all my they gave me all the money back. I got $1,800 back. And so
nice.
So what I did was I bought a Lenovo computer because I needed a desktop. So I bought a computer because I couldn't. I was like, okay, and I'm waiting for the price to come down, but I cannot see a Duo 2 that comes under $600. And I'm like, I can't.
Well, now they're not supported. You might see that.
Why would it be something that is $700 that they're not going to support it?
Right. that is like, So I still have my OG Duo, and it's still.
Yeah, I did too. It
still works every once in a while, but I don't know. There must be something wrong with the battery because I mean, I drain in 2 hours, and I don't know if it's an app that's draining it, whatever. Trash. And I still use it, but it's just like I just can't. But yeah, it's so. What do you think, real quickly, just to wrap it up? So, foldables, flippables. Do you think now that Apple people are kind of sort of know that exist? Do you think in 5 to 7 years does that develop, or is that just kind of like
it's already developed? They just have they've developed it because look, Apple's not going to take these flips and these folds and all these companies that are making them. There's no way that they're going to let that space. And imagine putting that on with their people who buy those Apple products. Can you imagine them adding a flip? I don't think they'll do a fold.
No, an iFlip.
An iFlip.
You'll sell a billion of them. First
of all, listen, I'm not an Apple phone guy. I have one, but do I use it? No, it annoys the whole UI annoys me. But I hate it. But can you imagine them with all their phones are quality? It's not a cheap iPhone. They all feel like jewelry. They're very good devices as far as the fit and finish is concerned. So imagine them putting their heart and soul, or just maybe not even a heart, a breath of doing what they do and turn it into a flip. Shit. Come on now.
Well, I watched a couple of women
billions
on TikTok talk about they wanted to try the new Samsung, and this one poor lady, she's a Canadian lady who had nothing but issues with her. It failed. The screen failed, right? It should happen, right? And just that what she had to go through. But I'm telling you, and folks, look, if you've listened to the show more than 20 minutes, you know that I'm not about this life. That I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be that guy. But women really appreciate that form factor. They really like
My
that.
wife loves that flip, man.
And I'm telling you, man, Right. And
You
I'm
don't
telling you, if
Yeah.
iPhone made a phone where they had it flip, every time I've ever used a flippable, and guys don't care. Generally, guys don't care about any of that kind of shit. They don't care.
We don't
Right.
care.
But I've used that in my old Moto. Like I didn't have the flip for volume, but at work, and I'll just like clamshell fold it. And women are like,
Right.
they'll notice it, and they're like, "Holy cow!" And you show it to them how small it is. You just kind of put it on the bar, you put it on
Close
the
it.
counter,
Right.
and they're like, "I could just put that in my back pocket. It fits
Right.
my, the women's jean pockets are smaller,
small purse.
and it's got accessories, and you can bling it out, and it's all great." And I'm like, dude, and women have smaller jean pockets, and they have smaller pockets. Yeah. How many times have you seen a woman like rocking an iPhone
Poking
15
out.
Pro Max, and it's sticking out like to the
that's
point where it's almost
pocket.
like, I know it's going to fall out. I know it's going to fall
absolutely.
out. Just if you walk down the street, you don't have to bump it or nothing. It's literally
asking for a
thief
thief to come along.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, thief or it fall
just
out the
fall
pocket
on the
and break
floor
it.
and just hit the floor, and then you don't even notice
Absolutely.
because you're walking down the street, and all of a sudden you realize your phone's not there, right? But the fact that thing folds, I think. I mean, and I agree with you, Sean. I think a fold doesn't work because I think one, it doesn't work for anybody, and two, it cannibalizes iPad sales, and they don't want to do that.
Absolutely. They don't want to, especially iPad Mini.
But a flip doesn't cannibalize anything other than it just gives you another form factor inside the iPhone line. And I'm telling you, if they make an iFlip,
boy, you can forget about it.
They will crush, and I guarantee it. And I will put money on 80% of the women who people buy it will be women.
Absolutely, and that's not throwing shade. It is what it is.
Yeah. And like Joe says, she's like, we appreciate phones that can fit in our tiny pockets. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
Just the fact that it's kind of like
there's not many of them these days.
And I don't know if women, I don't know if women still use this anymore. But remember the old compact? They used to have the little, little mirror, and then have their little, But it kind of has that compact kind of feel. Like they're used to having something small that has, it's a great form factor. And I think Apple, finally, as they start to see, okay, this flip thing, this might be a thing, and they could do it. Don't give me that shit because the phones are Samsung device. They can buy their panels from Samsung anyway. Their displays. Sure, so yeah, it's fine. I think the day, and I told everybody, that's when you know that flips and folds become mainstream because once Apple does it, it's the good housekeeping seal of approval.
Yep.
Then it's
now I can buy one. They'll be okay now that Apple made it. My hate of Apple got me into this space here. And that because I think we talked about, we didn't get a chance to touch on it. Eric was doing one of his shows where he's letting people call in, and I went off just talking about how much I just can't stand iPhones and blah, blah, blah. And Kimmy was like, "Sir, do you need to get on a panel?" And I said, yeah. I said, whatever. Yeah, I said, you know something? Send me a link. I'll get on. I didn't care. And I had never done this before. Never. I would never show my face for what? Nobody wants to see me. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I told her, I said, listen, nobody's looking for me. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a dumb guy that spends way too much money on tech. That's and I've been doing it a long time. So because I'm old.
Yeah. Yep. Scoop agrees, like printing money. And I said, a $2 trillion valuation eventually. But continuity can't. Yeah, imagine that. Just putting it on there for all your little videos and your Snapchats and your TikTokies and get fucked.
They need to pay us for saying that they need to do this, man, because they're going to make a shit ton of money.
So Apple, if you're listening, I'm willing to go ahead. Me and Sean and Joe, we're willing to freelance. If you want to make that work and do some focus groups, and we can talk about the tech. Call us. Cupertino.
Yeah, hey man,
Nomad Tech
my
Project.
name is up there. Just hit me, DM me.
Yeah, I mean we made sure Sean's right there. He's got his at there, and so just call us.
And hey, you people tech with no videos, that's me.
Right. We're fans. I have an iPhone. I have an iPhone.
I have an iPhone. Okay. I have an iPad. I have a Mac Mini.
I'm one of your humans. I don't know if I'm going that far. Although I actually went to an Apple store one day, and actually I don't know. I can see myself buying a Mac at one point in the future.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Don't they give you the warm and fuzzies when you walk in there? They make you feel so special.
Right. Well, all that, and there's always 73. There's always 73 people in the store, and I have never understood. Why are you all here? They're like replacing a phone. The one lady said, "Oh, I'm just here to learn." They actually have classes about how to use the device.
Yes. I'm like, I'm not here to buy. I'm just here to take a class.
Okay. So
I'm sure Google do stuff like that as well now, don't they? Though
I guess, but I mean,
because they're expanding their retail space.
They need
quite a lot. Yeah,
They need
they
to.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Um,
yeah, it's interesting to see. And like I said, and
That's
Sean,
coming.
we didn't get into like food or like sport. I know you're a Giants fan.
Unfortunately,
We're
don't tell
all
anybody.
yeah. Well, it could be a Jets fan. Oh fuck, yeah, I guess
It's getting that close. Shit.
I don't know, man. I feel bad because the NFL would be better when the Giants and the Bears and the Jets are good, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Those core teams, and they're just not. And it's the
They
Chiefs.
suck.
And sorry, folks, I know, I get it. The two things about Chiefs fans: first of all, half of them are bandwagon.
Absolutely, they are. Absolutely, they are.
And I'm telling you, if Mahomes goes down, that's a 6-10 team. At best, it's a 6-10 team. Maybe a 5-11 team.
Well,
That's it.
Who's their backup? What's his name? The guy
who
who
gives
failed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who cares?
There was a game in Germany today, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was a
Panthers.
Giants game where they lost. Kimmy's team won.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I know. Just it's fine. Now, again, I'm in Missouri. Everybody thinks that I'm Chiefs fan. Like I don't hate the Chiefs. It's like the Cowboys. I hate their fans. Right?
Yeah,
I like the
hate
team. The fans are insufferable. And Chiefs fans. I know a few of my fans that are friends that are been Chiefs fans since the '80s when they were trash. Like they were
trash.
And I'm just saying, I get it. Your team's hot. That
right,
but realize that it's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and that's it. Yeah. They are gone. That's a 4-12 team. Don't even kid yourself. And like I said, I don't want to see him hurt. I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's
great for the game.
Just stupid, dude. His ability to win games.
I got to see what they're talking about.
That's okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna start talking about real football in a minute.
Right, and then, well, who knows? Because you never know when the seasons are. So are they? Are we in a season? Haven't heard any games. So I don't. Are they playing EPL? Is it the Premier League? Is it going on?
Arsenal played today. We drew with Chelsea.
Chelsea's not that good, are they?
They are playing well at the moment. Yeah.
Caught them on a bad. Caught them when they were hot. Caught them hot, right?
No, we're on a bit of a bad run ourselves. Like.
Yeah, and I know Scoops in the chat. I know he's all about the EPL.
He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah,
he knows about it. You tell him to go soccer. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's all good. So, but yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk. But so definitely we have to have Sean on again because we need to get past all the phone shit, and we need to talk about the cultural stuff and the food stuff. And I know he's in New York now. Have you lived in New York your whole life? Did you live somewhere else?
I live in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I'm outside of Atlanta. I moved here in 1993. I've been here. Okay. I was born and raised Long Island, New York. College, and then I moved here as an adult.
Right, and it's interesting about Atlanta because it seems like nobody's been from Atlanta more than 35 plus years.
No, you have a lot of imports here. Right, a lot of imports. It's very rare to find somebody that says they're actually from Atlanta. Right. It's very rare. But look, it's a big city. It's been growing forever. It has its problems like everybody else does, but and I live outside of it. I don't live in the city like everybody. Everybody said I don't tell you exactly where I live because I'm not going to dox myself. But I live way outside of it. So I live in the burbs. So yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Joe. Shout out to the Spurs for shitting the bed against.
Yeah, I just responded to that.
I'm assuming it's Ipswich.
Ipswich, right? It's their first win this season.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
Christ, really?
Yeah.
Not very good.
And obviously, that's Arsenal's rivals, Tottenham. So I'm very happy to see that. Very happy.
So Ipswich totally sucks and they beat the Spurs? Is that how it goes?
Yep. That's how it went down.
Or is it the Spurs basically just fucking
2-1.
They just imploded and sucked ass.
I didn't watch it because I never watched Spurs, but yeah.
That's okay.
It's great to see.
It's for if you're an Arsenal fan, Spurs lose. That's great. And that's what I love about Scoop.
Exactly.
Because he's all about that life and he keeps us straight.
He knows his stuff.
So yeah, and we need to get Sean on again because we don't ever have 100%. Enough time, and I can't do these 3-hour podcasts. I can do when I'm on GG's show, but I mean, there's only so much that our fans can take of Joe and I. Really, we're kind of an acquired taste. Is really what it comes down to.
I can say I'm an acquired taste too, man. It's been fun.
Nah, man. Kimmy saw the potential.
If you want to blame anybody, like I do it all the time, and I love her. She's been a good friend of mine for the last couple of years, and it's like I've known it forever. But you know, that relationship will never change. You know what I mean? That's my girl. But she's the one. It was her. It was her. It was her saying what she said that made me say, fuck it. Let me see what happens. Well, and now hey, Kimmy, I need some money because you owe me some money for putting me into this trash. I got things that I would have never owned before if it wasn't for her.
Well, and the funny part is, and I watched this on the stream happen, that you and her kind of have this back and forth with each other, and then other people get pissed off at your attack, and it's like, but
you don't know. Like I said,
I find it to be interesting. It's kind of like, it's like,
wait a minute. I do the same thing to Eric. Eric used to get complaints about me because they were like, you should be happy to be on his. Motherfucker, I don't give a damn. I'm doing this just for therapy. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to get money from it. I have a job. Are you serious right now?
Right.
But they would complain about me. And then like I said, I'm an acquired taste. I'm not going to let Eric get away with the shit that he says because I think a lot of it's bullshit. But that's my guy. But we could fight amongst each other, but we're not fighting. This is for entertainment. Grow the fuck up. You know, people get really triggered for no reason.
Yeah, none of this is groundbreaking, right? None of this is important. It's just phones and fuckery, right? Who cares?
That's all it is. And we're having fun talking crap. That's all we're doing.
And we like to give
phones
each other
and fuckery.
Shit.
We might rename the Nomad Tech project to phones and fuckery.
It's like, I mean, here's the thing: if you are so completely wrapped around the axle on some of this shit that little conversation gets you triggered, you need to reevaluate some of your life. I mean, you really need to kind of calm down. And I think it's because, and Sean, I think it's because we're older. Yeah, and we've kind of seen some shit, and it's like, and everybody's like, do you know that the prices of shit? Like, bitch, I was alive when you had to be in line for gas, right? And
or your license plate had to be odd or even days to get fucking gas. Are you serious right now?
Really? And in like the late 70s, the median rate for an interest rate was 14%. Like these young people, they don't get it. Like they act like it's new. Dude,
it's not new,
me and
man.
Sean grew up in the Cold War.
Jesus Christ.
That's a thing, right? I mean, there was a Soviet threat.
You're lucky Aditya's not in the chat now.
Yeah, I know, because me and Christ used to walk through his fucking Samaria. I get it. I don't get it. It's fine. You know, it's all good. You know, me and JC, we're homies, right? We're bros, right?
Right.
Who hurt you, bro? Oh, you got nailed across?
Right.
That sucks.
I tell people, I say, hey, man, you feel that strongly about it, jump on the cross and hang yourself on it. Because at the end of the day, it's never that serious.
Yeah, that's the rebrand. Phones and fuckery, bitch, please.
Yeah, man.
God love you. Well, that's okay. And Mike, if you get in there and you're on your show and you want to go and develop that
please
go for it, man. Friend.
Go for it, brother.
It's okay. And like I said, also he has Mike's going live tomorrow after Luis celebration stream. So check out Michael Peppertech. He does a great job. Also everybody in the chat, all the folks. I mean, folks, if you're in there and if you're new here, great. Probably not. You know their assignment. Go check these folks out, JoJo and Gigi and LaShawn.
Yeah, don't check me out because I have no videos. But if you feel like subscribing, fine. I won't give you any content. Zero.
Right.
Sounds like my channel.
Shit. Right.
Zero. I have a channel though, Joe. I have a channel, but I don't. I don't post anything.
Right. We're going to deliver fuck all. That's what we're going to deliver.
Right.
You know what you should do? You should make shorts of live streams, like things you've said. It'll be good.
Oh, dude, if it was just
really
like
thought about that.
That'd be good. That'd be very good.
Take the bits, especially from last night's show.
Mm.
Oh my! I would be.
And there's programs that would do it for you as well.
You don't have to be monetized. Just
that would do.
Put it in the street. Just put it in the streets. It's fine. You know what I mean? Look at us. We don't monetize. Okay. We don't care.
We don't care.
At the end of the day, it's like here's the beauty of it, right?
Right.
If a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears about it, who gives a shit? Because it's a Nomad Tech project and nobody's listening to those assholes anyway. It's fine.
Right. That part.
It's okay. But you know what? But it's okay. You can't stop. You can't stop the signal, right? And we're going to put it out there every Sunday. We're going to come at you, and if you want to be a part of it, good on you. If you don't, go fuck yourself. I don't really care.
That's what I was going to say though. Obviously, all the guys in the chat know where you're at, but all the live streams you do you want to shout out them just so our listeners might check you guys out?
Absolutely. You got to definitely holler at your boy.
Yeah, Sean,
Gadget Goddess.
Rachel,
Gigi. Rachel.
Come on,
And
now,
definitely Easy Computer Solutions. I do that one on that one is Wednesday. Kimmy is on Tuesday. LaShawn and that's Holla at Your Boy. That's Friday at 9:00. Always having fun, always having a good time with these people. I love these guys, man. They're just like family to me. So,
and I know, and the problem is for a lot of those, and so Sean and I can piggyback. A lot of those are late night in the United States, so they're like, so if you're in the UK or if you're in Europe, that's we're going to be talking wee hours. We're going to be talking 2 a.m. kind of stuff. So we get it, and that's probably
you
why.
can go back and
yeah, you can go ahead and do the replay squad on it and definitely watch it. Then I wouldn't tell you to watch it live unless you just want to get down with us and go live. But I would watch it. And I would say subscribe to them because when they do members only, it's no holes barred.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
I will tell you,
if
you're a faint of heart, you might want to stay away from the Saturday members.
Yeah, and don't bring your kids, right? Because we talk about
hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah,
and also keep your feelings to yourself because it's going to get
because we talk hard to one another. Pause. We talk really rough.
Right.
And,
no lube.
With no lube. And if you're easily triggered, don't.
Yeah, it's not
because especially the way the interaction between me and Gigi is just
It's again, like I said earlier, it gets to the point where people who don't understand what's going on,
he's disrespecting.
How can he tell you to go fuck yourself? It's like basically you can go ahead and gargle a bunch of cock. That's what you can gargle some sack.
I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah. Anyway, hey. Mike's in the chat. Almost. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Is it? And I don't know. Also, we got the media text going on. I saw Juan, TK, a bunch of people over the
Yeah, I see that.
So, again, give them some shout-outs. I can't wait to hear that content because that media text shit's for real. And folks,
it is for real, sir.
They're in Delhi, aren't they? It's in Delhi. Is that where they're gone? India?
Yeah. Oh, it's in India? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they've gone Delhi.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Dude, I would just go for the food. I mean, I don't. Yeah, dude, I'm all about that Indian food. I'm all about that life, dude.
Yeah, Sam, I had Indian last night. We had our Christmas meal early with my team. I've been on the toilet 6 times.
Oh, dude, it will hurt you. And I've had some of the chicken curry, and I've kind of belch reflux a bit. And dude, it's like it takes
I love it. I love it,
dude. I love that shit. I can't handle it. It's and you talk about there's a special kind of hot. Dude, there's heat, and then there's that shit, and that shit brings if you ain't about that spice, about that smoke, you better stay the fuck away from that shit.
Better stay away from it.
That'll put you in a hurt locker, folks. Anyway, so yeah, lots of creators in India. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of goat. Like I saw TK, Juan, I saw Josh Vergara. A lot of good people. I know there's gonna be some content coming out of that. So check that out, obviously. And shout out to Sean. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on.
Thank you very much.
No, man, I appreciate you even inviting me, Reg. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, man. That's what we're here for. Like I said, we love having you on, and obviously we need to have you on again.
Why is he calling him Reggie? I know his fucking name.
Everybody knows. I think at this point, I mean, even Holler. I mean, it's okay, and it's funny because
Reggie actually suits Sam, though, right? I think
it does. And here's the thing. Honestly, it's deserved because I leaned the fuck into all that shit. Like that, all that Reggie shit is completely, utterly deserved. God, I cannot believe I spent the entire show calling her Rachel. I'm like, what the fuck?
And the funny part is my daughter's name is Rachel. That's the funny part.
Oh, yeah, that's even better. Dude, it was just like, I can't believe it. She just pinged me. She was like, my name's Kimmy, right? I was like,
oh, shit.
Sam should have just rolled it. It's like, yeah, I know.
Dude, it's all no, right. I'm not doing that shit. I'm like, no, I'm a complete fucking moron. That shows you I have no research and I'm a complete idiot. And and it's been great
research
because she could have got really sideways about it, and she's been nothing but gracious and awesome about it.
No, she's a cool. Let me tell you something. There's nobody better than her right now. You know what I mean? She's actually doing a damn thing on top of having a full-time fucking job, and she's got a family and. It's just a whole thing, man. It's hard. I don't know how you guys do it, to be honest with you, because there's no way I'd be making any contact with I still got another about 5 years to work, and I'm just like, ain't no way.
I got about 14, and I know Joe's, in the retail space, so he's doing 5-6 days a week and managing a store and all that shit.
Tough,
so
man.
It is, and that's why some weeks we just have to miss it. Like we got family community, he's got stuff going on with the family. I do too, and we just have to miss. And like I said. You do what you can, but I mean, honestly, I do it because I really enjoy having folks like Sean and everybody else on, and just again for you, like I said, it's therapeutic, but it's cathartic. It gives me a chance to talk about tech. My wife could give to.
Oh man, I can't.
Yeah,
talk
she
to
don't
my
hear
wife.
none of this. She
No.
don't hear none of it.
No,
Right, and we
if
can
it's
talk
not
about
an
food.
iPhone and it's a 2-second conversation.
Right.
I get nothing at my house.
Becky said, "Let me
Zero.
just upgrade into my iPhone 16 and let me get her phone set up, and then
Right.
leave her away."
Then
And
leave her alone. Yeah, absolutely.
and that's it. And so that's what it gives us a chance to talk about this. So again, thank you so much for taking your time out, coming in here on Sunday.
Nah, brother, anytime, man. Just you got my information, man. If you need me,
Yeah.
it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I'm not, even if I'm cooking, it don't matter. An hour and a half is fine. I can make it work.
Cool. All right, Joe. Anything else before we wrap up this show for our fine Sunday? Anything else you want to?
No, I think we've done everything, said everything we need to say. Just thank you very much, Sean, for coming on because you've been a great guest.
This has been awesome.
Yeah,
I appreciate
we'd
it.
have you on
Thank
anytime.
you.
Absolutely. So for myself, for Sean, and for Joe, thank you so much for tuning into the Nomad Tech Project. Again, skin your shit. Get yourself a skin.
Skin your shit.
SkinSkins.co.uk. Get yourself some. Go buy 2, 3. Quit being a bitch. Just buy a bunch.
Good Christmas present.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, buy for other
filler.
people. If you don't want to buy one for you because you already bought 2 or 3, like I told you, you want to buy some for the family, stocking stuffers.
What they
Be
are.
Or
that-
even better, buy one for yourself. They normally do buy one, get one. So you
Wednesdays
can get a
is buy
present.
one, get one. Yeah. And then stocking stuffers, be an awesome person in your family. And then when they don't know what the fuck it is like, what do you do with this thing? You put it on the back of your phone. Why would I want to do that? Who knows?
Why wouldn't
just
you?
buy it for them anyway. They don't know. They're okay. They're just normies, right? Fuck them. Buy them the shit. And also check out our show. We're gonna post this show. I'm gonna go ahead and do both shows. I didn't get the show last week up because
Life be life.
Anyway, yeah, life be lifing, right? And again, so again, that's what it is. Life be lifing. And then again, you're not paying me for this shit.
Nope.
So we're just here bringing it to you. But we love your faces. Again, thanks for coming in. See you next Sunday. We don't have a guest lined up, so why just be me?
We do. It's someone's birthday, remember?
Whose birthday?
Aditya's.
Oh shit! Is DJ coming on?
Yeah, he's coming on with us.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay,
shit,
so we have a guest. If I
Yeah.
know. I don't. Clearly, I don't read. So anyway, we'll have a DJ on. That 3 guests in 3 weeks. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Let me
for
know.
myself, for Joe, for
Unless I
Sean,
got my
thank you
dates
so
wrong
much.
enough.
Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Don't be a dick. Enjoy your tech, and we'll see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.